March 29th of 2019, my daughter Peyton, she was 19. She just graduated high school in June of 2018, so not even a year out of high school. She was on the way to San Antonio with another teammate mom and her three kids. And they were headed over there to see the high school drill team perform at their competition at SeaWorld. And I couldn't go, and so she went with them, but she never made it. She was rear-ended by an 18-year-old boy, and he was texting and driving at the time. And so he rear-ended them, and it killed Peyton and the other three children in the vehicle with them. And then the mother obviously had had, a great loss at her hand, so to speak, to live with for the rest of her life. We don't want that to happen to anybody else. So we are trying our best to get our word out there as little as we can or as big as we can, and to just get this to stop. Don't text and drive. Don't drive distracted. Don't take your eyes off the road. Keep your head up and just keep driving down the road. Get where you're going, get there alive, get there safe, and everybody around you safe. It's called the Pineapple Run because Peyton loved pineapples. She didn't like to eat them, and people find that she didn't eat pineapples. Well, why do you call it Pineapple Run? But she loved just the pineapple itself. It's a big thing right now. Everywhere you go, there's pineapples. And so she just loved the pineapple. Stand tall, be sweet on the inside, wear a crown, and that's kind of how she was as a person anyway. And so there's even pineapples on her headstone. She just loved pineapples. And so the first year we didn't have anything to do with pineapples, and then it just hit me. We need to incorporate that somehow. So we started putting it on the medal or on the neck strap. We wanted to incorporate it somewhere, and then I said, let's just change the whole dang name to the Pineapple Run, And so then every year, because I like to decorate, I like to have fun, and I like to bring the fun to everything, so we change the theme up every year. And we've had a fiesta, we've had the Easter Bunny Hop, we've had, this year we're having Staying Alive because it's year 5. Staying Alive, don't text and drive. So it's always called the Pineapple Run, and it's just based on her love for the pineapple and what it meant. People always ask me, how did you get started? Why did you do this? She's gone now. I could have just stopped and just lived on with my life, or just crawled under the bed, and never come back out. But I knew that wasn't what I needed to do. We had people asking, hey, do you have a scholarship started yet? And I'm like, she just passed away. I haven't thought of any of that, But people wanted to give to a scholarship, and we got, a nice little starting for that scholarship fund. And so we decided maybe this is something we're supposed to do, We decided we could raise money to fund these scholarships, and while we're raising money, we can raise awareness also. And so by doing that, the very first year, we went ahead and gave out 4 scholarships, $1,000 apiece. That was the money that was actually given the first year right after she passed away. So we were like, let's go ahead and give all of that out, and then we will start fresh with fundraising. And so we have an event every year called the Pineapple Run. We do that to raise money to fund these scholarships. Like I say, raise awareness. That's my goal in life. And so it all started just by people wanting to continue to help and to help Peyton's name to live on, basically. And so the scholarship portion started. I was like, how in the world are we going to keep that? I don't know what to do to raise money. I've been involved with a lot of things in town. I've helped different people raise money, but this is me raising money. I don't have any idea. What should we do? And somebody said, do a run. They're fun. Everybody likes to come to them. You get all ages, you get all walks of life, and you can reach so many people by doing a run because they stand there and they listen to you before they take off. And so that's how we started. We started the run, and we've been doing that this will be our 5th year to put on a run. We don't want any other family to go through what we went through. It's an emotional roller coaster every day of our life. We lost our one and only child, Peyton. You know, she was the light of our life. She was the joy of our life. She was a college student. She never got to finish college. She never got to have a child. She never got married in the reverse order. She never did any of that. She wanted to travel. She wanted to go to Paris. She never got to do any of that. So I don't want anybody else to have to sit in this chair and talk to you. I don't want them to have to go through the misery, the agony, and the pain every day, the suffering that you go through losing your child. There's no greater loss than the loss of a child. And the fact that the loss of my child was due to something so simple as texting and driving, do you know that that is the number one easiest way to avoid an accident is to never have your phone out? How simple is that? Put your phone away. Don't text and drive. Don't do any of that. Put your phone away. Don't fiddle with your hair driving down the road. Don't turn around and talk to the baby in the back seat. Because what did you do when you turned around? You took your eyes off the road. And how long did it take you to calm the baby down in the back seat? And by the way, did you know you just ran over somebody while you were trying to get your baby to quit crying? Pull off the road. If it's that bad, pull off the side of the road. Be safe to you, be safe to somebody else. But I don't want anybody, like I said, to go through this. It didn't just affect me and my husband, it affected her friends. Some of them, their lives are forever changed because they don't have Peyton there to do some of the things they wanted to do. We've gone to so many weddings this year alone, and they were all Peyton's age, you know, and she would have been involved in some of those weddings. She doesn't get to be now. I don't want anybody to have to just deal with it. I don't want it. I just don't want it. And like I said, it's the simplest, most easiest way to avoid an accident, to put that phone away. And a lot of people don't realize texting and driving is becoming as prominent or more prominent as a cause of accidents as DWIs. Texting and driving, you have complete control over what you're doing. I understand DWI. You're not in complete control by the time you become so inebriated you don't know your name and you put the keys in your hand. You really don't know what you're doing at that point. You completely know that you're doing this. And I'm doing this. There's nobody to tell me what's up ahead. You're going to run into somebody. You're going to run into something. Even if you don't hit another person, you've injured yourself by having a wreck. So just don't do it. Put the phone down, drive, get where you want to, and that's why I do this. I would sit in this chair and I will say this, and I will do this every day if it keeps one person from ever having to go through what I go through.